Okay, I call this some mighty crazy mixing. So as you can see here, I have 4 red cards and 4 black cards, and we're going to mix these thoroughly, where all of the essential choices will be made by you, the spectator. Okay, so first off, how would you like these 2 sets of 4 stacked? Black on the bottom there. In fact, why don't we, I just thought of this, why don't we do everything face up except for the final magical stage? Okay, so let me just show you what I mean. So what we're going to do is we're going to deal out into a triangle like this, and then just stack in opposite order. And then we're going to do some stage 1 mixing. The first one's called a left-right shuffle with random stacking decided by you. You want left on right? Okay. Do another one. A note to you as a performer, you can do as many of these as you like with spectator input and dictating how things are done. Okay, right on left again. The second one is, I've written down a square. It's called a square deal. There we go, square deal. Would you like the top row on top of the bottom or vice versa? Bottom on top. How would you like these stacked? Right on left or right on left? Okay. And then the third one for this first stage is something called an up jog, even or odd up jog. You strip those out, random stacking here. You want right on left? Okay. Would you like to do any more of these? And we can do as many as you like. You want to do one more square deal. Okay, that's fine. Top row on the bottom row or vice versa? Top row on the bottom. Now what? Left on right. Okay, now for the magical step, I'm going to flip it over, because if we see the magical step, it might blind our eyes and send us to the beyond. So let me just do the magical step here. It's kind of the same step we started with, if you actually follow it. Okay. And so what we're going to do is take the top 4 and bottom 4. And so why do I call this some mighty crazy mixing? Well, despite all of our efforts, we haven't actually mixed the cards all that well, have we? Those reds and blacks have just separated again. Oh. Okay, well, let's go on to stage 2. Maybe we'll have better luck there. You want the red on the black? Okay, I will do everything face up as before. Okay, we'll do our magical triangle deal, stacking in opposite order. The next shuffle is a Klondike shuffle. This is where you take the top and bottom cards off as one. Would you like to do a second one? We can do as many of those as you like, actually. You want to do one more? Okay. Okay, and we'll just really mix these cards, as you can tell. The next one here is the Pharaoh shuffle. In fact, let me just show you how the Pharaoh shuffle works. You kind of break the cards in half, and then you just perfectly interlace the cards like that. And you're seeing everything face up, which is great. And then the final one here is the alternate Klondike. This is where your Klondike pairs to the table, left, right, with random stacking decided by you. You want right on left? Okay. Now, what's great about stage 2, we can do any of these as many times as we like. We can also go back here and do some from stage 1, if you would like. You would. An up jog. Okay. So we'll do an even up jog or an odd. Either one's fine. How would you like these stacked? Right on left or left on right? Would you like to do any more from stage 2? Alternate Klondike. Yeah, it's kind of a fun one. So Klondike pair on the left, on the right, left, right. Okay? How would you like these stacked? Right on left. Okay. So for our magical step, we'll flip it over and we'll just deal out into this kind of mystical triangle here. And so let's see where that leads us. I'll just push off the top 4, leave the remaining 4. Did we actually mix the cards all that well? I mean, you saw them being mixed, but how well mixed are they? Let's just take a look here. Well, not super well mixed. The reds and blacks have separated yet again. Let's try that a third time. How would you like these stacked? Black on the red? Okay. The first one for today, of course, still is our triangle deal. And we stack in opposite order. And then for stage 3, it's down under, the Australian shuffle. A great shuffle. A very destructive shuffle, actually. And that's the true statement. So that's the Australian shuffle. Mange shuffle, it comes in two varieties, an over-under and under-over. An over-under looks like this. This one goes over, then under, over, under, over, under, over. We can also do an under, over, under, over. And then the last one for this stage 3 is called a Bessie 2-2. This is where you take the top 2 off and then the bottom 2. Top 2, bottom 2. Okay? Would you like to do any of these up above before maybe we repeat some of these? You'd like to do just a left, right. Okay, that's fine. How would you like those stacked? Right on left? Okay. Would you like to do one from here? Klondike, just a regular, not the alternate Klondike, just the regular Klondike. Okay, we can do that. And then would you like to do another one here? You'd like to do the under-over Mange, since I mentioned it but didn't show it. Okay, so you move the top card into your other hand, and then the next one goes under, over, under, over, under, over, under. Okay, well, for our magical step, we'll deal out into our mystical triangle one last time with opposite stacking. Push off top 4, leave the remaining 4. Did we succeed for a third time in our crazy mixing? Don't know. Okay, there's a black one there, red one there. How did we do? Oh, those are all black and those are all red. Ooh, I think we did well. I think we've mixed in a way that certainly could be called crazy mixing. Okay, well, if you just do what I did, this works for you every time. It's using Bessie's sequences of order 8. I can add a link in the description below. These are packet structures that are invariant or unharmed by over 1,152 unique shuffles, unique ways of rearranging the cards, and it won't hurt the underlying structure. So that's the true magic driving it, which enables this triangle deal to bring order essentially out of the chaos we create by way of our shuffling. So take a look at the series below, and if you just do what I did here, this works for you every time. So thank you for watching, and take a look at other videos on the Absolute Math Magic channel.